Okay, this video is going to show how to use the application for collecting Amazon reviews. And the most important part about this process is making sure that you have the correct URL to provide to the application. And the way that you do that is by making sure that you go to the lowest level of the hierarchy within Amazon products. And so, for example, here I've gone to the grocery and gourmet foods, and I've gone under breakfast foods, cereals, and cold cereals. This is the very bottom of the product chain within Amazon. So you can see on this page, I've got a cold cereal products. And what I've done is I have filtered on those products that at least have 1 star and above reviews, because I need to make sure that I only collect those products that have reviews. And so only those that have a 1 or above would have had a review on it. So now I'm going to show you the two most important steps of getting the URL to pass to the program. The first and most important is that the default that Amazon sets is this 3x3 grid of products. And what you want to do is you want to select on this 2x2 grid. What that's going to do is give you 60 products in one page. This is going to now have 60 individual cold cereal products on one page. Now, before we copy the URL, you can see that we're on page 1, and page 1 has a different format of URL than page 2 through 67. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select on page 2 so that I'm able to move to the next product. And I want to make sure that when I move to page 2 that I'm going to collect the for page 2 and not page 1. So you can actually be on page 3, page 4, page 5, doesn't matter, but you just cannot select page 1. Page 1 will not give you the right URL. So we're going to copy the URL to our clipboard, and then we're going to go and open up the program that we downloaded in the previous video. We're going to go to, in this case, mine's under Nolan Ackerman, and download utility. And I have that opened up here. And there's 3 steps to the process. The first one that we're going to do is collecting the metadata. So when I click on this, it's going to ask me to put a URL in this particular start site. I'm going to paste in the one that we copied earlier. Then it's going to ask me how many products do you want to get the information from, and I could select the 1,102, which was the maximum amount of products. But for this demo, I'm just going to take 60 of them, the first page, basically. And what's going to happen is it's going to go out and collect this information. It's going to put the metadata files under the C crawl initial metadata, and then it's going to download each one of the product pages to the C crawl individual product sites on my hard drive. So if I go to individual product sites, you can see as these are getting downloaded, I'm getting every one of those products. So it's going to download 60 web pages here and put that onto my hard drive. And when that's completed, it will show you a done on the bottom here on % complete. Just a couple of pieces of information about this site. The first is that sometimes Amazon will block your IP when you're downloading a lot of data. So one thing that you can do is you might get an error that comes up here and says you're blocked, or you get a proxy error. One thing you can do is just go back to Internet Explorer, Chrome, go back to Amazon's page, and when you do that, it will re-authenticate you or unblock you, and then you can come back in here and select the restart a previous download session. So let's say you were downloading 2,000 products and you got through 1,999 and it got blocked on that last one, and you were blocked on that last one. You don't have to actually download all 2,000. You can come back in here, select restart a previous download session, and it'll just download that very last one. The next thing is that all of these files are being downloaded to the C drive on your hard drive. But if you're downloading a lot of products, 10,000s or hundreds of thousands of products, you may want to put that on an external hard drive. And all you need to do is put in the correct location of where you want to store the files on the D drive or whatever. Okay, so we've downloaded those files. Those are all out there. We can go back to the main form. And our second step is going to be to get the reviews for those products. So if we click on the start or continue downloading, what it's going to do now is for each one of those 60 products that we have downloaded in the individual product site, it's going to start to download the review site. So you can see here, we're getting all of this information for Kashi Goleen, Raisin Bran Crunch, Barbara's Morning Oat, Rice Krispies. All of these reviews are being downloaded. And these are the actual review pages that have the text that the consumers have written about the products. This is what's really most important to us. And this is actually what takes the longest amount of time because there's a lot of reviews, thousands of reviews for some of these products. So I'm going to cancel the operation, just download what we have, probably only maybe 100 sites, and show you the very last part of the process. And the last part of the process is where we actually parse the reviews. So if I click on parsing the reviews, what's going to happen is get to this page, I'm going to click parse the review data, and it goes really fast. You see here, just zip through those because we only had about 100 of them that were in there. And what it does is it writes a file called parsed reviews to this C crawl final data directory. And there's another file in here called metadata. And what you'll see in these two files is this is now the data that we can put into Hadoop or some other structure, maybe Oracle or a structured database if you don't have Hadoop, to be able to put in, like, for example, here is a review that they wrote. This is the text. This is the review identifier. They rated it as a 1. This was the title. They wrote the review on October 20th, 2013 for this product, which is the product unique product identifier. It was not verified. It was not a verified purchase. And they wrote 70 words in this particular section of the review, or this review. Now, what is interesting is we can go back to the metadata, and these are all of the products. So there's 60 individual products here. We've got Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Mini Wheats, $3.05, an average rating of 4.6. 21 reviews. It was rated number 52 in Prime Pantry. And this is its product site, and this is its unique identifier. And now if you bring this into a structured database or in Hadoop, you can then be able to query or join on that particular unique identifier to connect the comments of the consumer back to the product. And so those are really the 3 steps of the program. That's going out and collecting the individual review sites and metadata, getting the individual review sites, and then parsing the sites. So the main thing that you need to remember is getting the correct Amazon URL address. If you do not get the correct URL address with the instructions that I've provided, the program will not work the way that you intended it to. The next video is going to go into how to use the sentiment analysis program to be able to then analyze this text.